We are emergency care. We are first responders. When minutes count, we are here. We are faith.
Coach Stephen Carter's Chico Dragons are roaring and spitting flames.
Yeah, you know, like I said, 2-0 is great. You know, I'm happy for these kids in this community. But, you know, 2-0 is a lot better knowing two.
In more ways than one. And Gorman, you think they were surprised?
You know, actually, you know, I thought our kids came out and played a little soft early in the game. You know, at halftime, you know, we made some adjustments and talked to the kids and came out the second half and got, you know, played our game. So
Yeah.
I'm proud of them.
If there was any surprise, I think it came in the third quarter. What was it, 3 TDs?
Yes, sir. 3 TDs. You know, we got the opening kickoff in the second half, and we went down the field and scored, and then held them 3 and out, and got the ball and scored again. So, you know, that was good for our kids, you know, to respond like that.
And the coach breathing a little easier right then?
Oh yes, sir. You know, my blood pressure was really high at that point.
Yeah, I was chatting with the kids earlier, and I asked them, you know, was it what happened at halftime? You know, was it what Coach Carter had to say to you, or was it, you know, from your own heart, you just knew something needed to be changed? There's a little bit of both.
Yeah, you know, when you're dealing with 15, 16, and 17-year-old kids, you know, you never know what you're going to get on Friday night. You know, that's the joys of being a coach right there.
Yeah, and on the personal side, I was chatting with you about your family last week. You said you had, what, 2 girls, 2 or 3?
2 little girls.
2 little girls and a whole bunch of boys.
Yeah, and 50 boys. So, you know, that's what I tell these kids all the time. You know, God's blessed me with 2 little girls and 50 boys. So.
That's super. And you got Dallas Baptist coming up. This is a tough team.
Yes, sir. You know, it's a real good matchup for us. You know, they're a spread team. They're really aggressive defensively, which, you know, it looks a whole lot like us, to be honest with you.
You do anything different in practice?
Well, you know, we're going to focus a little more this week. You know, I think last week we lost focus a little bit. But, you know, our eyes are still on the prize, and we're going to get after it this week.
3-0 be sweet, wouldn't it?
It'd be real nice, real nice.
Best of luck to you.
Thank you very much.
Carter, a couple of guys that took it to Gorman on Friday night. Introduce them.
This is Sabian Williams. He plays offensive line and defensive line. And Chris Young, he plays offensive line and defensive line for us.
Both sides of that ball. Thanks, Coach. We'll visit with these guys just a little bit. That's 2 in a row. Don't you like winning better than losing?
Yes, sir, we do. It's a lot more exciting to walk away with a victory than a loss.
And, you know, we were visiting, chatting a little bit before the interview, and one of you guys said, you know, proud of the win, but we still learned something out of that game. What was that?
Even though they were 0-1 and we were 1-0, that we can't just go in there all cocky. You know, you got to prepare yourself. You got to practice how you play, and you know.
Yeah, that could be a rude awakening. You got to have the attitude, the correct attitude going in.
Well, that, and it's not just that, but prepare yourself all week. You have to prepare yourself to play the greatest team every week, and we weren't prepared going into that game, and we're happy to come out with a victory, but it was an ugly game.
Yeah, I think you got down 7-0 in the first, and then came back and kind of scoreless there in the second. I think after halftime you came back and then, what was it, 3 TDs in the third?
Yes, sir.
You're getting going.
After halftime was a bit of an awakening. I guess after halftime we were ready to play. We finally woke up and realized that, you know, we have to come to play. And if we don't come to play, we're not going to win ball games.
So was it strictly, you know, Coach jumping you, or was it you guys realizing that you had a wrong approach in that first half?
I think we just realized that we weren't giving it our all. You know, we weren't sprinting, hustling to the ball, and we realized that, and we just decided to play harder.
Paid off for you. Who's coming up now next week?
We have Dallas Baptist Academy, and they'll be the best team that we've played so far, so we need to have a high-intensity week of practice, and we need to have the right mindset and prepare ourselves mentally for the game.
Mm-hmm. And the weather looks like it's going to cooperate a little bit. It's cooler, so y'all can have some heavy-duty practice this week.
Yeah. And watching film all week, so.
And you guys, you know, both linemen, you just love that hitting, don't you?
Yes, sir. Feels good.
And you?
Yes, sir. Definitely like to hit.
What do you like when you're not playing football?
When I'm not playing football, I practice for football pretty much. I do a lot of football. It's really all we have time for.
And you?
Just kind of sleep, I guess. Rest up for the next day.
Yeah, one kid, I asked that a lot. One kid said, sleep and eat.
Yes, sir.
Well, you have to get your rest and and feed up for that next practice, that next game.
Yes, sir. We like before every varsity game, we have our varsity meal. It's a good time for all of us to get together and hang out, come closer as a team.
That's great. Do you go to somebody's home each time, or you go out?
Well, they bring us a meal here, and because on Fridays we don't leave the school. We stay at the school until game time every Friday.
What's your favorite food?
Like
Don't say donuts.
chicken spaghetti. It's pretty good.
Yeah, nothing wrong with it. Best of luck to you guys. Make it 3-0.
Yes, sir. We're gonna go for it.